Good morning, everyone. Andy is not going to make this morning's meeting, so I think we trying to get down who's all here, see what we have. Can everyone hear me? Okay, because I have no audio. Okay, there we go. Now I got it turned on. All right, well, I guess Andy's not here, Kathy's not here, so as an officer, I will act on behalf of the chairman this morning and call the BPRC meeting to order at 9:05. First on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any public comment this morning? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the secretary's report. Right now, there are 131 blighted properties on the list. That includes 10 of which that are under some kind of intervention as far as rehab or plan to rehabilitate, and then 3 structures that are being evaluated by the land bank for their future use. So that's a short secretary's report this month. Correspondence, I have no correspondence. If anybody else has any correspondence. Old business, we have no old business this month. So we'll move on to new business, properties for declaration of blight. Mike, you want to take that?
Yeah, just to have a quick update, the 557 East 12th, I think we blighted that last meeting. The owners have been in touch with us and they are beginning improvements. They have hired contractors, they're working with us. I've spoken to their attorney and there are plans for that to be rehabilitated, and they're making significant progress since the last meeting. So that's just kind of an update for everyone. So on to new business. First up, I have 455 East 5th Street.
You want to start with that one, Mike? All right.
What's that? Are you putting pictures up or you don't have to?
I'm working on it.
Sure. Okay. Sure. This one had a garage collapse in the back. There, both owners are deceased. They were a couple. One passed away in 13. One passed away in 16. The son, there was a son that was living there, but he has since abandoned the property and left no forwarding contact information. They are behind in taxes from 2017 to 2021. So before I start these, just a disclaimer, the judicial sale is today. And the tax information on these reports could change. But when I did these reports, this was the current tax information available to me at that time. So after today, some of the tax info could change, but this was current when I did these. So they're behind in taxes from 2017 to 2021, over $5,000. The water's been off since 2019, and they owe $3,000 to the water authority. We've sent notices out. Our first case started in 07, and we sent notices out in 2 notices out in 17, and a repair demo order for the garage in 17, and then a repair demo for the whole house this year, the February of this year. This is one that's been broken into a few times too. We've gone in there and boarded it up a few times.
All right, any questions? If not, I'll take a motion for a declaration of blight.
This is Kathy. I'll move to Blight.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Rich, I will.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next up, we have 710 East 9th Street. Let's see. This one is abandoned and keeps getting broken into. We boarded it up a couple times. It owes back taxes back to 2017, over $13,000. The water's been off since May of 2018. We've sent notices out in 08, September of last year, and February of this year. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong one. So their back taxes from 2017 to 2021, over $3,000. The water's been off since December 7th of 2017. They were cited in 06, and then work started, and then so the citation was withdrawn, and then it stopped. The owner passed away in 2017. There were notices sent out in 13, 19, and 21, and we posted a keep out in 2019. The porch, the work for the porch has some water damage there, as you can tell. That's all going to need to be redone. And then we boarded it up twice. People broke in the front. We boarded the front up. They broke in the back. We boarded the back up, and now they're breaking into the side. There's some squatters coming in and out of there. There's a couple abandoned cars there, and there's some furniture in the back.
Is there a garage on this property, Mike?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of snow-covered stuff and a lot of garbage in the back.
All right, is there a motion to blight 710 East 9th Street?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion passes. All righty, what's next, Mike?
Okay, next up, I have 2914 Liberty Street. This is another deceased owner. She died in 2000. She owes back taxes from 2017 to now, over $13,000. The water's been off since 2018. She had a daughter living there that we were trying to contact, but then she has since left and abandoned the property with no forwarding contact. There is a huge hole in the north side of the roof. I'm not sure what caused it. I'm not sure if a tree fell on it or what, but it's straight through there. We've sent notices out in 13, December of 13, January of 19, and February of this year. They were cited in 06 for cars or something being parked illegally, but they were removed, so that was withdrawn. Other than, I mean, we didn't get to go inside, so I'm assuming there's water damage inside, but other than the few issues, it doesn't look terrible, but I'm assuming upstairs is going to have some significant damage because that hole in the roof's been there for quite a while.
All right, motion for declaration of blight of 2914 Liberty.
So moved. This is Kathy.
So
Second?
I will second.
All right, Rich.
Yep. Rich?
Rich. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. What's next? 1310?
Okay, next up, 1310 Buffalo Road. This one we have a pretty long case history on. It owes back taxes since 2017. The new owner got it. It looks like, was it a quick claim deed? Just in August, but the original case dates back to 2016. There's back taxes owed over $5,000 from 2017 to 2021. We've sent notices out in October of this year. 2 notices out in October of this year, 2 quality of life tickets, 1 in October and 1 in November, and a repair demo order in February. And we have not gotten any response from the new owner. The water's been off since August of last year. The water authority said that there's an interior line leak inside, and there's some water damage in the house, and they cannot turn any water on until that line is run and inspected by them. So I'm guessing there's some moisture issues and damage in the house.
Mike, I have a question.
Sure.
This property, is this the one I'm looking at that has the owner is listed as LLAB Corp, or
Correct.
do we know anything about them or what they are or where they're even from?
We know we have a mailing address for them that we sent the notices to and the quality of life tickets to.
In town or out of town?
In town, they're at 912 West 9th Street. And they were all unanswered. They weren't returned, so I'm pretty sure they were receiving them, but they were all unanswered.
Okay.
And the quality of life tickets, to my knowledge, are outstanding.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, and that abandoned car's been sitting on that property for months. This is another one where I think construction started and then stopped. But I don't have a reason for that.
All right, is there a motion for declaration of blight at 1310 Buffalo Road?
So moved. Rich.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 1958 Prospect.
1958 Prospect was bought in 2015 off of a quick claim deed. There are back taxes owed from 2019 to today, over $4,000. The water's been off since October of 2018. There were notices sent out, 2 notices sent out last September for grass and exterior with no response, and a repair demo notice sent out the February of this year. Originally, the same owner owned this one and the property to the west of it. And that was the owner's mailing address. Well, the one to the west of it was sold in, let's see which one, 1954 to the west, which is this owner's mailing address, was sold in 2019, and then he or she just abandoned this one. So they sold one and then took off on this one. It's got some issues on the back. The steps are falling off the deck, or they were never attached properly. But when we try to contact the current owner of 1958, the mailing address is 1954, but they are not listed as the owners of that property anymore. They sold it. So there's no forwarding address as to where they are. And this one, I actually tried to look them up on social media, and there's like 3 or 4 people with the same name on Facebook. So I'm not sure which one they are.
All right, is there a motion for declaration of blight at 1958 Prospect?
I'll move to Blight.
Second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 All right,
And that's what I have for you today. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks, Mike. All right, that's all we have under new business, unless anybody else has anything to add. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Oh, Aaron,
Yes,
Aaron,
Liz. Yes.
I have a question. I'm wondering if, we get data on the number of properties on the list. I think there's 131.
Yeah.
Today, I was just mentally, and I didn't add it all up, but the amount of taxes that are owed, the amount of money that's owed to the water authority, there seemed to be a lot today. I'm wondering if, I don't know, Aaron or Mike, I don't know, maybe this wouldn't be your job. I think it would be really eye-opening to do that kind of data, because I think it would make an additional impact on why, remediating blight is, it's not just a question of aesthetics, it's a question of, what we're losing in terms of, taxable property. And I just would suggest it. I mean, it would be great to have a list every week. I forget how many properties we had today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 properties. And the aggregate might be like, I don't know, maybe it was like $30,000 in back taxes. Because I know that, well, I want to take this opportunity to thank Aaron and Kathy Rosdick for all the work they've been doing with Groundwork USA. There is great potential and momentum. And Aaron, you were there. Thank you for being there. So much potential to revitalize neighborhoods. I know I've talked to Kathy Rosdick previously. I think we've moved from the language of housing court to maybe a blight court, but I think big numbers can help to make that impact. We have these properties that are scattered different places. We had East 5th, East 12th, East 9th, Liberty, Buffalo Road, and Prospect. So you might think, okay, it's just, messing up particular blocks in the city, but it's actually, they're hurting our revenues. So anyhow, just a thought. I don't think it would be hard going forward. I mean, I could do it, but that doesn't make it like an institutional kind of memory that we might need. So just maybe you could take a look at it. I mean, I'll be happy to go back over those ones today and just do a quick, Excel spreadsheet to add it up, but I just think it would be useful.
Yeah, no,
Liz,
we can.
I'm sorry, Aaron, I just want to clarify, are you looking for the total in unpaid taxes and water?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
just
what-
think that would be like kind of a dynamic two numbers. Every month we are blighting properties that owe X and X, and then maybe it helps us think of broader, systemic solutions, which I know, what I want to say is I know that you're working on those because it was so aptly demonstrated on Monday, what you're doing in terms of planning and tackling neighborhood issues. So just a data point.
I'm looking at the one, Aaron, I can see. I think it'd be pretty easy to pull that into a spreadsheet where we could just compile that. You've already got it, Mike, you've already kind of got that information. We could do that. I just point out too, that there's what we call the true cost of blight. So there's so many other variables that we're not taking into account that I think need to be kept at top of mind, like the time spent by Mike and the code enforcement officers over the past 10 years on these blighted properties. That's time, that's money, that revenue and resources that the city will never collect and will never cover the cost of. If there's been any illegal activity, then that's another cost.
Police
And then
involvement.
any police or fire,
Mhm.
because some of the squatters will cause fires, will create fires. But then the cost to the depression of the property values surrounding the building is very, very important. And there's lots of studies that have been done in other cities who've sort of like done a deep dive of what those true costs are. We can kind of pull that together. That's very much eye-opening. I had seen one study that suggested that the one blighted property will decrease the value of an entire block equivalent to the value of one single family home. So taking that one blighted property off is like you're adding a new home to that block in terms of increased value and stability. Now, in some of these cases, you've got more than one blighted property on a block, so it's not a fair comparison. But things like that are will probably double or triple the amount of money that we could pull together of unpaid taxes and water. But just
Thanks, Kathy. That helps me to see deeper into the issues that you're dealing with. So
Mhm.
thank you.
I'm sorry, Aaron, I stopped you from,
Oh, no, you're fine. No, that's good. Yeah, we'll definitely get that data for you, Liz, and add it to it. That's not hard for us to gather.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
And I didn't mean to slow down the adjournment.
Oh, no,
You
absolutely
always run a
not.
tight, good meeting.
No, dialogue is always good. Anything else, anybody? If not, a motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Second.
Second, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, guys, have a good day.
Thank you.